the majority of the population, up to 90% of the adults in the United States, are at risk. Are you one of them? Barbara Williford from East Texas, your faith-inspired lifestyle coach for health and happiness. Thank you so much for joining me. I came outside because this topic had something to do with the outside world. So if you are joining me live, drop a sun emoji in the comments below so I can give you a shout out. Replay viewers, type replay so I can give you a thanks. So a couple days ago, I got up and I was checking my emails, and I got this email from a fitness app that I use, and it had this particular topic on there. And then I opened Facebook, and there was a video of the exact same topic. So, you know, I'm not one for coincidences. If I get it twice within 30 minutes, I'm going to perk up and pay attention. So I thought this was an interesting topic. I did some more research, and I wanted to hop on and share this information with you. I am talking about vitamin D deficiency. Now, before you write this off like I started to, believe me, I was the same way. Go ahead and hear me out, okay? Most physicians are starting to take vitamin D deficiency very seriously. In fact, vitamin D is one of the most recommended supplements by physicians today in order to treat or prevent vitamin D deficiency symptoms. And most adults are believed to be at least somewhat deficient in vitamin D. However, those with dark skin, people that live in northern regions of the world that don't get a lot of year-round sun exposure, and those that are overweight are even at greater risk of experiencing vitamin D deficiency. So what exactly is vitamin D? Vitamin D is an essential fat-soluble vitamin that your body needs to regulate so many body functions. And here's the trick. I didn't even know this as an anatomy teacher. I just learned this. It works like a hormone. And we know how important hormones are. It works in the DNA of every cell of your body. That's trillions of cells, and it is believed to control between 200 and 300 different genes. Okay, give me a thumbs up if that caught your attention. That blew me away. So let's talk about how vitamin D is important to our health. It's responsible for calcium absorption, bone density, glucose metabolism, cardiovascular outcomes, mental well-being, including depression and immunity. And insufficient levels of vitamin D in the blood have been associated with several other health conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, multiple sclerosis, and some form of cancers. Okay, did that perk your ears up like it did me? Drop an ear emoji in the comments below. Okay, now here's the tricky part, okay? Many vitamin D deficiency symptoms are not going to be observable until it is too late. Things like mineral absorption, you can't feel that. You can't tell if that's not happening. Glucose metabolism, bone density, immunity, you can't feel those things. You can't have symptoms immediately as a result of those things. So that's why it's so important to stay on top of supplemental intake of vitamin D before it gets out of hand. So how do we get vitamin D? There are 3 ways that we're going to get vitamin D. So I'm going to use myself as an example for the first one, okay? So I'm fair-skinned. I have gotten a little bit darker this summer, but I'm usually ghostly white. If I was to sit out in a bathing suit under the sun, I'm in the shade right now, under the sun 10 to 15 minutes, I would produce anywhere from 10,000 to 15,000 international units of vitamin D. However, the more melanin I produce, or the more tanner I become, is that even proper? The tanner I become, or with someone who naturally has a darker skin tone, the production will dramatically decrease because melanin is a natural sunscreen. And in addition to that, if I'm applying sunscreen to prevent aging and skin cancer, I just drop my vitamin D production dramatically. Now, in reality, people are only getting about 300 international units of vitamin D a day, even in the heat of the summer. Okay, 300 international units. Remember that. The recommended daily allowance is 4,000 per day. Okay, wow, that is a big deficiency. Did that shock you? Drop a 1 in the comments below. Okay, on a side note, I did take a quiz to see if I was getting enough vitamin D, and as long as I'm walking the dogs around noon, kayaking in the morning, the 30 minutes that I do, I'm producing enough. But in the winter months, I'm not sure that's going to be the case. I'm not even sure in the heat of the day in the South I'm going to be able to stand the heat and humidity to stand out there for 10 minutes to get my recommended daily allowance. If you want to take the quiz that I took, drop the word quiz in the comments below and I'll send you that link. Okay, so the first one is the sun exposure. The second one, we can also get some vitamin D through diet absorption. However, it's very, very hard through the diet because very few foods have vitamin D. Some of the highest ones will be your oily fish like salmon and tuna and mackerel and sardines. Some mushrooms and some dairy and fortified beverages. But if you're not eating enough or drinking enough on a daily basis, you will have a deficiency because you have to get that 4,000 IUs a day. So if you need a grocery checklist or a food checklist for foods that are high in vitamin D, go ahead and drop the word checklist in the comments below and I'll send you those links. Okay, the third one. There is a third option to absorbing vitamin D. It is by far the safest and the best way, and that's through nutritional supplements. You know, as I said earlier, many physicians are starting to take this vitamin deficiency very seriously. Vitamin D is one of the most recommended supplements by physicians today in order to treat and prevent vitamin D deficiency symptoms. Now, you can go to your physician and you can get a prescription. You can get it over the counter. I can recommend one that I take once a week. It's very affordable. They were created by Stanford-trained dermatologists. If you want more information on those, type me in the comments below or message me. I can give you this information. So, to recap, in order for you to ensure that you are getting enough vitamin D to avoid deficiency, take these steps. Responsible sun exposure daily, your diet intake daily, or your supplements of 4,000 international units. So I hope that you found as much value from this as I did. Who knew this information? Type vitamin D in the comments below if you knew all of this. You know, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to our health and wellness, and sharing this knowledge is even more powerful. That's how we better ourselves physically, spiritually, and emotionally. So if you know someone who could benefit from this information, go ahead and tag them in the comments below or share this video. So thank you again for watching, and you have a blessed Thursday.